Welcome to Lions Live 365. I'm your host, Michael Ayers, and today we're doing a breakdown for the Lions versus Chiefs. I'm basically just here to kind of tell you the reality, man. We shouldn't panic. We should be upset. Things didn't go our way. We should have seen it coming. That could be the whole video, for real. But at the end of the day, we were going up against a 2-3 Kansas City Chiefs team at home with a 12th man that is almost undefeated. We went in there. Them refs did they thing today. Travis Kelce literally asked for a flag and they gave it to him. He asked nicely and it was like, you know what? You're right, Trav. Ha! That could have been, if he doesn't throw that flag on a clearly uncatchable pass, it really wasn't that much. Like, bro ran and he initiated the contact. It was clearly uncatchable. He initiated the contact, but somehow his pass interference on us. That was crazy work, right? I don't even know. Like, they going into subsection rule books to wipe off a touchdown. They wiped off a touchdown after the play. They didn't throw the flag like immediately after the play. They went to a commercial break. They had a conference and then they did it. It's not like they saw it up front. Even if it was the right call, they literally decided after the play. We're literally about to kick the field goal. After the play, they decide, oh, yeah, you know what, man, that's not a touchdown because of this rule back in the day. They opened up the rule book and Tuck ruled us like, yo, what? Like, what play? What is this? Oh, okay, all right, cool. Of course, the Chiefs' offensive line can hold as much as they want. They could do whatever. Like, it's just like, it's one of those things like, yo, they go home and get 0 flags when they're clearly doing all types of stuff. Amon-Ra was getting held a good portion of the game on the top of his routes as well. They got away with that. It was a whole bunch. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We lost because we went out there and we didn't execute in any phase of the game. The only phase that we actually went out there and executed in any way, form, or fashion was the run game. But we couldn't run when we needed to. We couldn't get those runs when we absolutely needed to. We got into the goal line. We couldn't run the ball. If we could have ran the ball in at the one, we don't need trick plays to get the touchdown. Is one of those things. Like, I don't like how we're deploying Gibbs and Montgomery at all, really. It's really weird what we're doing. Like, Montgomery can have a 14 or 15-yard run, and we'll just put Gibbs in for no reason. Or we'll swap the running back and then run play action, and for some reason, defense is never full when we do that. It's like, oh, yeah, you're going to run play action with your best pass blocking running back. Oh, you kind of gave it away, brother. Can't be doing that. It's a lot of things that didn't make sense. Amon-Ra dropping that ball, that did not help at all. We don't take the points in a lot of situations, but at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. And that's just the refs and the offense, right? Oh, I almost forgot. You know what? I'm gonna bring this up too, because I talked about this in my game plan video, right? We had some answers for the blitz early. We decided to stop answering the blitz late, right? This double Chris Jones, right? The sack that basically ended the game, that kind of put us out of contention before we had to punt. Why is Tate Ratledge 1-on-1 with Chris Jones? Why are we leaving Tate Ratledge by himself with a Hall of Famer? Why is that? The kid is good. He ain't that good. He ain't that good at all. And guess what? Chris Jones 1-on-1 with Tate Ratledge on a third down. You know a ground blocking air. He working on his pass set. You know what I'm saying? Blocking nothing. He not blocking nobody. He just let me get back here. Blocking nobody. Tate Ratledge is probably looking like help. Somebody. Jared Goff doing the same thing. Help. The on the pass that Amon-Ra dropped, The whole left side of the line didn't block nobody. Mahogany and Dan Skipper. Just block nobody. Everybody back here. You getting whooped by Mike Dana. That's nasty. You know what I'm saying? Just getting whooped. Right? Outside of that, though, you think about it, the game plan on offense didn't make much sense. It was like we were scared to throw the ball. I understand that, hey, we were running the ball almost at will. It was so crazy. We were doing everything well until we needed to do it well. We ran the ball well until we needed to run the ball for real. We passed the ball well until third down. This the time we need to pass the ball well, bruh. Third and fourth down, pitch and catch. It's not happening. Of course, a lot of holding, a lot of cheating going on. But at the end of the day, you got to understand that's what's going to happen when you play Kansas City in Kansas City. They 2-3. They -2. The whole world, 86% of the betting odds went to the Lions. You think, and that's my conspiracy self. I just had a bad feeling that I seen all that lineup. I was like, oh no, this is not good. Oh, we went out there and that was just offense, man. We did everything else. We had answers for the blitz early. We got J-Mo involved. Karlaftis really didn't make a crazy impact on the game. He had one, and know what? I'm gonna break this down. Jared Goff panicked on a second or third down. A deep end was wide open, but because Karlaftis ran around the pocket, Jared Goff panicked. And that was just something that's like, Jared Goff gotta be comfortable taking the deep shots. He's gonna have to start at some point understanding he has to put that cape on sometimes. If he ain't got it, he ain't got it, but he gotta try. Like, that pass to Gibbs didn't make no sense. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or not, but somebody was literally finna be wide open if he just make that throw. He has to work on his progressions when Amon-Ra St. Brown isn't wide open. He got to do better with that. And because when he panics, if Amon-Ra ain't open or a running back ain't open, it's a dead play. And we got to do better with that, right? So, let's talk about this defense. I know people watching this is like, was he watching the defense? We didn't do none of this. We didn't make them one-dimensional. They ran the ball all game. Kelsey was wide open all game, except for the time he decided to ask the ref, "Sir, can you please throw that flag?" He was like, "You know what? Much obliged. Let me throw that flag for you." We didn't have a chance to, and I know this is going to happen, man. I know it's going to happen. Because we have the edge community. Like, they want to edge. Edge wouldn't have helped us today. Mahomes wasn't holding the ball for Edge to help us. There was literally a play where Aiden Hutchinson whoops that rookie tackle, does a spin move, is literally face to face with Mahomes, and he throws to a wide open drag. The reality of the situation is pressure only matters if you take away the first read. If you get the pressure and somebody's open with the arm talent of a Patrick Mahomes, or if it's a great quarterback, that's still a completion. And a lot of people, and it is, and a content creator I respect, at the end of the day, he brings up the Broncos a lot. Like, oh, look at how the Broncos are getting these sacks. Nick Benito, all of that. He mentioned they got 9 sacks today. My response to that is, look at who they have in the secondary. we can't just be like, oh, look at Nick Benito and them getting sacks. And just ignore that Patrick Surtain is out there erasing people. Riley Moss is no scrub. You know what I'm saying? Like, they getting great play from Hufanga. He's healthy this year. He's doing what he's supposed to do. If ain't nobody open and you get quick pressure, of course it's a sack. It's a sack or a pick. And the reality of the situation is the Lions have been getting pressure the last couple of weeks, but the pressure has been resulting in picks and incompletions. Like, they're just dirting the ball, right? If that's the case, you can live with that. But what you can't do is have absolutely everybody wide open. And if you want to talk about how the Chiefs whooped us today, for the most part, one, they held on a lot of those scrambles, and there's video evidence out there that I'm not even going, not even going to fight that battle, right? But you'll also see that the Chiefs just stay with a lot of 3 wide receiver out there, and they understand I got 4-3, 4-3. You know what I'm saying? The slowest receiver I got is Juju Smith-Schuster. But what about these 4-3 and 4-2 guys that I got out here? What y'all gonna do about that? I mean, Robertson he jammed there. They hiked the ball. He 2-hand jammed nothing. That's not happening to Pat Surtain. We talk about the Broncos. The Broncos can't be the pass rush. That can't be the pass rush argument. Because they can blitz 6 and nobody open. They can blitz 7 sometimes, nobody open. Why? That secondary is outstanding. We do. That's what we wanted. That's what we tried to do, but we don't have the personnel. And they hurt. They hurt. I trust them. I bet any amount of money. Let Pat Surtain and Riley Moss go down and see how well they get to the passer. Like, come on now. Like, it. And that's just where I see we didn't do none of this stuff either. It was a lot of crucial plays, crucial downs. Of course, we getting flags and at crucial downs. We're leaving people wide open, or they're doing a lot of stuff. That's what a lot of teams are doing on first down when we have that heavy personnel in, where it's basically just Hutch. It'll be Hutch, Tyleek. We'll have Hutch, Tyleek, DJ Reader, and Lacey. It's Hutch, 330, 330, 300. None of them fat dudes getting to the quarterback. They know that. So what they do, they hike the ball, get a small chunk. It's second and 6. In those situations, we don't put in our speed package. We still try and stop the run. AQM, I bet any amount of money that he paid, he played less than Lacey tonight. Because that's all I was seeing was Lacey. I even seen Tyrus Wheat tonight. It was just a weird thing. Adjustments are cool, but you can't change who you are. We try to be some zone team, and we're not. We're not that defense. And even if we were, we can't run that defense with linebackers against super speed. What are you doing? Y'all trying to stop Flash with the Hulk. That's not what he do. We can't match up with that. Like it just didn't make sense. And we couldn't try to play zone coverage against a dude that could throw a ball through some of the smallest windows. Jack Campbell could have had a tip or a pick, and it was like just outside his hand. Like, it's just like, bro, like, y'all, we can't do that. And it's like, if we can, man, it was just crazy, man. It's hard for me to even talk right now because it was just so crazy to watch. And the fact that I knew it was going to happen is what bothers me more. I knew this wasn't, I told people, like, look, I don't care if we win this game. I just don't want to get embarrassed. This was kind of embarrassing, though. The AFC game, I just wanted all my people to come out this game healthy. This game is not that important. Every game is not the playoff game. Every game is not the Super Bowl. There's no reason to panic after every loss. But after the Packers, I was a little panicked because we looked super horrible. This game, this was just like we didn't execute. And we got to find some solutions on that back end because we're not going to beat anybody if we're not tackling. We're not tackling. We're allowing quick passes and not tackling. They quick passes all day. Quick pass, RPO, screen, quick pass. Oh, let me play action rollout. Nothing's open. Let me throw it away. We forced them to punt a couple times. We got to stop on fourth and force them to punt once or twice. But at the end of the day, man, we couldn't keep up with the speed. We just, in most cases, what we would do if somebody came out with 3 wide receiver and we were getting gas like that, we would it'd be Amik, Terrion, DJ Reed. We probably put the speed package out there, have AQM, and AQM could either be at D tackle or on the other edge, and we would really get after the quarterback. But we have to get to the point where we can do both at the same time. We can't do this thing where we can only stop the run or the focus is solely to stop the run on first down and first and second down, or or is just straight pass where we put all the athletes out there. There has to be a mix. We have to bend somewhere, and that's just how I feel, man. It was hard to watch. It's hard to watch that. Like one of the things that I will say in the future is that this team has what it takes to win big games, but when it's weird in the air, when we don't match a team's intensity, and okay, it might be hard to match the intensity of a Super Bowl winner, a team that's won a Super Bowl 2 out of the last 3 years that need this game significantly more than you, but at the same time, man, it's prime time. Y'all gotta get up for that. And that's just how I feel on it, man. Like it's one of those things. I'm upset, but it's just like I expected this. That's the crazy part. I expected this. So I couldn't even get mad. Like I knew what was about to happen, man. You knew we weren't going to be able to get stops like that, and we basically put ourselves in this position where we have to score every time, but we don't even have the one thing Jared Goff needs is protection. That's it. He don't need all this flashy receivers and all that. No, he needs protection. He can figure everything else out. You don't protect him, you're gonna punt a couple times, bro. You're gonna punt a couple of times. You're definitely gonna punt. They did it. We did good jobs in spurts. But when you put that pressure on the offense where they feel like they got to score every time, they get out of sorts. They did not. And Dan needs to stop doing this thing like, oh, we need to score 30 today. Like, no. Tell the defense they got to play defense. It don't matter people missing. You got to still be great. This is your chance. This is your chance to prove to the league that you're better than a bench player. But you can't tell them, like, it's okay to get trashed. Like, this don't make sense. And look, there's a lot of things. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Let me get the defensive keys out there. I'm going to go back to the stew, right? I saw some things that during the NBC interview, Tony Dungy interviewing Dan Campbell, that truly, truly got under my skin. And the thing that really got under my skin is the fact that Tony Dungy went to a practice that we do and compared us to old Steeler practices. Excuse me? We shouldn't be practicing as hard as people from the 90s, 2000s, 80s, none of that. This is 2025, bro. What are we doing? I'm not saying it need to be country club. I'm not saying that, physical training, you do physical training to create physical players, but at the end of the day, I don't want no 90s training, strength and conditioning, 90s stuff. What are we doing? And we can't be the only team getting all these crazy injuries and then wondering why. I don't know. Why is that? Because we practice too damn hard. That's why. Because we like throwing injured players back on the field like nothing's wrong. I know, Dan, you were a 290-pound tight end that had 55,000 surgeries and that you believe that people can play through anything. But the reality of the situation is we losing guys and we keep losing guys and we keep putting people back on the field. And then, they injured, people not practicing, doing all that, and you keep putting them on the field. Kirby and Brand shouldn't have played today. I don't care how y'all feel about that. They shouldn't have played. Because if we'd have lost them for the season, then what? Like, if we would have sat Decker back, if we'd have sat Decker earlier, we probably still win some of them games against the Bengals and the Browns. And guess what? We would have Decker today when we really need him. But instead, We got this. Like, look, people don't want to talk about Dan, and I love Dan too. But the reality of the situation is, man, we not putting athletic players on the field consistently. Hutch is out there by himself, and we find somebody who gets to the passer, who we found by accident. If Marcus Davenport never got hurt, we wouldn't know AQM right now. There would be no one saying AQM. He'd be a guy that gets 8 snaps a game. We're literally doing to AQM what we did to James Houston. Oh, he doesn't stop the run. I don't care. I don't care if Nick Benito stops the run. I don't care if Michael Parsons stops the run. There is something I want, and that I want a guy that goes after the quarterback. But it doesn't matter if he don't fit this size profile that we got, where on first and second down, you finna be 290 or you going to be Hutch. That's it. Like, what is that? What is that? I'm tired of seeing that. You think, like, how hard it is to find that guy? You know how hard it is to find that person? To find the person that is 290 some odd pounds that can actually rush the passer as well over a tackle? I literally can only think of Cam Jordan. I know J.J. Watt could do it. He's not in the league. Rashawn Gary a little big. He like 285, 280. But outside of that, I can't think of too many people. I really can't. Like, I'm blanking. Like, how many people fit that size profile that can do both? The same way he looks at a guy that's too small and be like, well, he can't stop the run. He don't look at this big dude that's like, they really don't rush the passer like that. Like, oh, he not getting to the quarterback. He don't care about that. We got the big edge. We walk in situations where we're not blitzing 5 and we're walking down. We walked that linebacker down a couple of times in this game and did not send him. If we're not blitzing, this whole defensive scheme doesn't make sense. If we're not blitzing, we don't have the DBs to blitz. So what do? That's the conundrum right now. We gotta make something happen. People comparing us to the Broncos. Like, oh, the Broncos get pressure and get sacks like Patrick Surtain and Riley Moss over there. Like, Patrick Surtain and Riley Moss not over there is crazy to me. If the first read is open, it don't matter how much pressure you got. The first read open and you don't tackle them. That's what happened most of the game. First read, he might have said 1-2. He wasn't holding the ball. He held the ball the whole game against Jacksonville. Couldn't see nothing. Then started running around. Oh, run around in a circle. We get pressure. He runs around in a circle, escapes the pocket. They hold AQM as he escapes the pocket. He's trying to run over dudes. Nobody's hitting at the ball at all. It's so much, man. It's so much. I don't even have the full energy to talk about it all. But I know one thing. There needs to be changes. As much as I wanted to be personnel, I just don't. What we really going unless we finna trade for Cam Jordan, I don't see how we're gonna get somebody that fits that role that's actually really good. That big edge thing has been killing me since forever. The corner situation. If we're gonna be out here against 4-3 speed and stay in base, if we gonna do that, man, I don't know, man. We got to be able to go nickel sometimes. We went nickel at the end of that game, man. They went after Arthur Millette so fast, and he looked trash. But, it is what it is, man. I don't want to keep rambling, man. There's so much that bothered me about that game. So much bothered me about that game. But at the end of the day, man, whether it's draft day, game day, or any day in between, it's Lions Live, please. Whether it's draft day, game day, or any day in between, this is Lions Live. Whether it's draft day, and that's all, y'all. Whether it's draft day, game day, or any day in between, it's Lions Live 365. Please like and subscribe. Peace out.